One take is NBA One Take, March 10th, 2019. It's NBA One Take for your head, just one take for your brain. You can follow me, Snapchat, YouTube, as well as Twitter and Instagram. It's NBA One Take. Alright. This might be a two-parter because there was a lot of stuff that happened yesterday. My emotions is running on all types of places. It was Dirk's last home game with Dallas. First public thing talking about him retiring. He went, he addressed the crowd. That was big. It was Dwayne Wade's last game against Philly. A game that I was supposed to go to. I did have 2 tickets for, and I had these tickets. I had these tickets for several months, but I was unable to attend. But I did get the tickets out to a good friend of mine. And, she had a great time. She's a big Dwayne Wade fan. I ain't gonna really mention her by name, but that was one thing. All right, this is gonna have to be a 2 or 3-parter. I'm gonna have to go on this part. This is the big one because it didn't catch me off guard. Well, you know what? It did catch me off guard. I was stunned because in my group chat that I have with several people that's just associated with the NBA, notably a lot of my Yahoo friends and former colleagues when I was working with them. Magic Johnson stepped down as president of basketball operations for the Lakers. Now, this took me by surprise because it was too soon. Did I feel that maybe Magic would have stuck around this summer and then next season? Then I would have felt like, yeah, Magic about to go. I didn't feel that he was gonna. I think he went a season too soon, where I thought that it was. How can I just say? He couldn't put his real stamp on what he was trying to do, or just have a hand in something that he felt that the Lakers was going to go in a proper direction, whereas the next person in there could do a little retooling and get the Lakers on a track to be a contender in the West and possibly a championship team. All right. Him stepping down, the reason he felt handcuffed because he couldn't do certain things because the NBA guidelines didn't allow him to do certain things that he would normally have done. And there's been so many instances as ever became public. There's instances that's private that people know about. Listen, there's an instance of a certain all-star that said he wanted to come to the Lakers. And called Magic Johnson and said, "Can I get you?" This is not Anthony Davis. And Magic said, "Bro, that team is not going to let you come over here. They're not trying to do anything with us because now we got LeBron. And I know you want to come here and play, but it won't happen. Only if you're a free agent." I'm gonna leave that one. That one will soon come to light. But that's an exclusive. That's a real exclusive thing. I know hot take. I'm not throwing that out there. This was told to me by a good friend of mine that do have a relationship with the Lakers. That's someone that I speak to as often as I can, that does have updates on certain things, with the Lakers. Knowing that I'm not involved in the media, I'm just doing this little blog. I'm just doing a video blog. It's not a big thing. I don't have a huge platform. Now, if my video would garner like millions and millions of views and certain things like that, I think I wouldn't be privy to throw these things out there like that. So it's my little personal things, just a journey of mine, and something I like to do, and people view it, people say certain things to me. But okay, just going back to Magic stepping down. He's not himself. He's not Magic Johnson. He's not the happy Magic Johnson that can talk about certain things, talk about players, talk about this and that. The whole Ben Simmons thing was a huge thing. Ben Simmons really wanted to reach out to him. Ben Simmons wanted Magic Johnson to mentor him, to tutor him, to talk with him. And it was so much. That hurt him. I think that hurt Magic because he's used to guys speaking with NBA guys, speaking with them about business, about branding and certain other things, and he likes to have an open ear, sometimes guys like to go to other players, but like say for instance, like players like sometimes to go to LeBron. LeBron is so busy. He doesn't have, I'm not saying Magic isn't busy, but LeBron is so busy during the season. People, they'll talk to LeBron, and then LeBron is so busy in the summertime. They want to talk to LeBron about these things, about certain things, but it's just crazy. It's a real crazy thing, and Magic just felt he's just not himself. And his thing with Serena Williams, she wanted him as a mentor, advising her and being on an advisory board. The thing with Paul George was crazy, and I'm happy for Magic. I'm gonna be totally honest. Magic Johnson is my favorite NBA player of all time. I grew up a Lakers fan because of Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. These are my two favorite players ever. Along with my top three players, Magic, Kareem, and Shaq. Those are my guys. Those are my favorite NBA players. I take those guys over anyone when it just comes to, playing the game and doing certain things. And those are my guys. I love them to death. Just a personal thing with these three guys. And just with Magic, he's like the father to me. I had the chance of seeing him once when the Lakers played the Knicks a long time ago. He came, and I waited after the game with things, and Magic was there. He was there, just there, and he was shaking people's hands. I shook his hand and said, I said I'm a huge fan. And, I said I'm a huge fan, and I said thank you for all this, because you was a big part of what this is right now. And he said thank you. When he was speaking with Rachel Nichols, the man seemed relieved. I know how this is. When you're working a job and you feel like the weight is off you. Okay, I was in the banking industry for like 5 years. And when they let me go, and when they let me go, we was acquired by bank I was working at was acquired by another bank, and they was going to let me go. It was letting go a lot of people, whatever. It's mainly the top salaries. They was cutting those top salary people down. Instead of just acquiring them, whatever, they acquired who they wanted to acquire, and then certain people they did. There was a lot of several packages and things like that. I was one of them. They could have renegotiated with me, whatever, like that. I just didn't want to do it. It was just too stressful. And I felt the weight once it happened. I felt like a weight was off me. I didn't have to deal with the stress. And I felt that was happening with Magic. And Magic, he looked stressed at times, man. He looked stressed. And don't get me wrong, they talking about, listen, Magic wasn't there. He wasn't totally committed, because he had so many things. And he did promise that he said, listen, I will be there every day. But he couldn't. You can't. You couldn't be who you were for almost 30 plus years, 20 something plus years, since you retired that first time. You had all these things going on in your life once you retired from basketball. You had all these things going on. Then, see what you did with the Dodgers and everything like that? Look what you did with them. That's what you should have been doing with the Lakers. But I get it. You had to do it because of what Jim Buss and Mitch Kupchak was doing. Mainly Jim Buss acting as a role big brother. Not saying sabotaging, but not holding any accountability. And Mitch Kupchak, as great as he was going along with it, instead of just stopping the hemorrhaging, because he's the brother of the team that owns the team. And when Magic came in, just to talk, she says, "Listen, your brother, he has to go." I know, but this is just ridiculous. Do you see what's happening? Do you see this is what's happening? They're not getting anybody. I says, you have to attract. You understand? Unless if you're going to build, you're going to lose money. This is totally different. Teams is not going to trade with you. We have to get someone in here and then work on that, and then we have to do things that's smart. And that was the thing. And he did. There's questions about Luke Walton and staff. The guys are talking about that he's going to get fired after this season. Statement came out, Jeannie Buss said Magic could fire Luke after this season. He said Magic and Luke haven't spoken for weeks about certain things. They said a lot of stuff. Magic didn't tell LeBron he was stepping down. All these guys found out through the media, man. Found out, guys found out when we found out. They didn't owe LeBron anything. No, LeBron wanted to come here. He did just, tell LeBron the truth about what they're going through, what they're trying to do. Big thing, and I just want the best for the Lakers organization. I want the best for Magic Johnson, and him stepping down is a big thing. But I know he's still going to be a part of the Lakers. Still can talk with Jeannie Buss, his little sister. Personal, great relationship he had with his father. They grew up together. He loves it. And still wants to maintain that relationship as it should be. Now the next GM, the next president, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with Rob Pelinka. We don't know what's going to happen with Luke Walton. Because if they bring someone in, I think Magic may have some say-so on who's the next person that's coming in. And then that person can choose their coach. But the next person that comes in, they have to have a plan, a broad plan, but also have little specific goals and objectives. And that's something Magic didn't have. Or Rob Pelinka. They didn't operate to day-to-day work. And that was something that has to be done because you gotta understand the day-to-day stuff, the grind of the day-to-day work, that has to be also taken into effect when running an organization, when running a team like that. Because short-term objectives, things like that, that has to be applied. You have to have that as well. Everything can't be the long haul because the little obstacles you can have can derail everything. So you gotta take those obstacles at face value, at the head and also have contingency plans for certain things. And I feel that at times they didn't, and many others felt that way. So, this is my Magic Johnson Onetake. This is part one. I'm gonna have to do the other bit of Dirk and Dwayne Wade's retirement. So I have to do. I'm probably gonna do a 3-parter because I think they all deserve 3 parts. This is just a big day, and I had to really break as much down as I can. And this is NBA Onetake. Pretty boy liquor, and I'm out.